Hi everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kira, Island Socialist on Instagram, and my blog is islandsocialist.com. In today's video, I will be sharing my first make for hashtag bhmpatterndesigners challenge 2021. If you watched my previous video, you would have seen a little overview of this make. Well, today I'm going deep down into the nitty-gritty of this pattern. First of all, let us talk about the fabric. This is our Faces print from the BHM Pattern Designers shop this year. This is a combination of peach, gray, brown, and white, and this is a cotton jersey fabric. If you haven't yet visited our shop, please go ahead and do so. We have 3 amazing fabric prints, all specially designed and custom printed. We also have enamel pins and labels. These items will be available during the month of February only as limited edition hashtag BHM Pattern Designers challenge items. Now, you don't have to use them for your project, and most likely you won't get the fabric in time anyway, but these are just items that Natita decided to offer for the duration of the challenge. So this is one of the samples that I made up to showcase this print. So, funny story, I actually had something completely different in mind for this fabric, so I only ordered 1 yard. But when the fabric got here and I saw it in person and I got to feel it, I chose this other pattern instead, and then I had to make a ton of adjustments to get my pattern pieces to fit on the 1 yard of fabric. That being said, the fit is not 100, but that has absolutely nothing to do with the pattern and everything to do with me and my bad decisions. So now for the pattern, I want to introduce you to So Explicit Patterns. This is a pattern company that has a Nigerian designer, and she sells patterns in an Etsy shop as well as on Makerist. I got my pattern on Makerist for one of their $2 sales. However, I do have good news. So Explicit Patterns has decided to jump on board, and they're offering a coupon code that you can use to shop their Etsy shop during the month of February. So if you use the code BHMPD21, I'll have it on the screen and also down in the description box below, you can get 20% off her Etsy shop. How cool. So thank you, So Explicit, for jumping on board. We're so happy to have you join our Black Pattern Designers list this year. That has grown tremendously since the inception of this challenge. Now I'm rambling. I know you all want to hear about the pattern, so let's get into it. So the pattern that I chose and I used to make this top is called the ARIA pattern. I hope I am pronouncing this correctly. It's only 4 letters, Kira. ARIA, the ARIA top. It's a knit top, a basic knit top, but all of the drama is at the underarm area. There is an underarm cowl or drape. The ARIA pattern is offered in sizes 6 to 20, and that takes you from a bust measurement of 32 inches up to 46 inches. Now, as I said, the silhouette is very simple with some underarm drape. So it's kind of like a t-shirt vibe. It has like a slight soft v-neck, and the back is very simple, very plain. The main feature is, of course, this situation. Now, even before I get into the details of my specific make, I just wanted to say that this is the first time I'm using So Explicit patterns, and I'm very, very impressed. Yes, I made a mess of my project, but her patterns are really simple, really clear. The instructions are very easy to read and follow. The diagrams are great. The PDF pages went together seamlessly. Everything matched up. I understood everything completely, and I had absolutely no issues putting the pattern together. That being said, I can definitely say without a doubt that I will like to try some more of her patterns. So the size chart had both body measurements and finished garment measurements, just like any other pattern. I think I fell somewhere between 14 and 16. However, like I said, I only had 1 yard of fabric, and I don't know why I was so determined to make this top from this fabric, even though I knew that I was short a couple inches. So I figured, okay, it's a knit fabric and the finished garment measurements, when I look at them, I think they allow me to go down a size. So what I did was I cut the 12, and then from the waist I graded out to the 14 hip, and you can see on my pattern the shaping. Now even without me grading, the pattern has a really nice shape. It curves very nicely, which I appreciate. It's not boxy at all. Another thing is I am short, number one, and number two, remember I said I didn't have enough fabric, so I shortened my top by 2 inches. So when you do see the photos of me in this garment, just know that it's actually designed to be 2 inches longer. Because of my 1 yard, this is the mistake that I made, or this is the sacrifice I made rather. I had to chop 1 inch off this section here. So I chopped 1 inch and then I graded it to come down to nothing at the arm. So I kind of smooth the line back into this line. Now the problem is, this is the armhole on top. I don't think I need to explain what happened here. When I chopped off 1 inch, it meant I was shortening the armhole by 1 inch. If you've been following my channel lately, you would know that I put on a lot of weight, and especially in my arms. Even right now, these arms feel a little bit restrictive. So I actually have to start doing full bicep adjustments now. So think of the fact that I have to make full bicep adjustments now, and I took 1 inch off the armhole. Therefore, the armhole does not drape as it should. Now, I have to say, I think I should have also used a drapier fabric, and we do offer this print on a drapier fabric. It's the modern jersey. I definitely should have got the modern jersey for this top. So I am gonna say I do not recommend stable knits like cotton jersey for this pattern, especially if you're going to do like me and chop off 1 inch off the armhole. Highly recommend drapier fabric so that you can have the full potential of the cowl effect. So let's talk a little bit about the construction of the garment. First reason I fell in love with this pattern is because there are only 3 pattern pieces. You have your back, your front, and your neckband. The sleeves are built in. I also found the shape of the pattern to be very unique. It has a sort of angel shape. Like, I can stare at this all day. I wish there was a way for me to hang this exactly like this, because I think this looks so cool. So the construction was very interesting. There are built-in arm facings that you fold under before you stitch the shoulders and everywhere else. Now, my only problem with this is that I think that you should top stitch your facings and also finish the edges. I just followed the instructions, so I didn't do any of those things, and I will do a little close-up shot just to show you what's going on in here, because what's happening is the cotton spandex is rolling, so the edges are rolling up, and then you risk these popping out as you're wearing the garment. So I think that is the one single critique I have for this pattern. Everything else went together smoothly, seamlessly. Like I said before, I had no issues at all with the instructions. Everything was clear, easy to read. The photos were really helpful, and it's a very simple pattern to put together. So for the hem, I was going to do a twin needle hem, and then I remembered a trick that T from Crumpets Tea and Sewing mentioned on her Instagram stories one time, and it's that you used basically a long stitch, like a basting stitch. So I had my machine set on 4, which is the longest stitch on mine, and you stretch the fabric as you sew, and that gives the hem a ton of stretch, and you just have this one very neat line of stitching. So thank you, T, for that helpful tip. I'm gonna use that a lot now that I've remembered it. And guys, if you don't follow T, make sure you follow her on Instagram at Crumpetsy and so on, and also here on YouTube. She is one of our ambassadors for the challenge this year. We also have the lovely Crystal of Crystal Souls and Stuff, and Dita from Divine Dita. And remember that these three fabulous ladies will be sharing their samples of the fabrics as well during the month, so you want to make sure that you stay up to date with their content as well. I really don't have a lot more to say about this pattern. In conclusion, just to sum it up, I'm gonna say use a drapier fabric, not cotton spandex. The shape and the construction are really interesting, and also the waist to hip shaping is very nice on the pattern. The instructions are simple and clear, and the PDF pages go together seamlessly. This is also a fairly new pattern designer, and remember that she just dropped a coupon code as well, bhmpd21, to get 20% off her Etsy shop. What I'm going to do now is insert photos of me wearing my ARIA top, and then I will share some of her other patterns just so you have an idea what is on offer over at So Explicit Patterns. hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is only number one of many patterns I will be showcasing during the month for the hashtag bhmpatterndesigners challenge. So I hope you will stay tuned. Head on over to So Explicit Patterns, see if you find something you like. Don't forget to follow Natila as well, the host for the challenge, over at So Natural Dane. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment box below. That is it for me today. I am out and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!